Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry. I'm playing around in my garage. Actually, I just put the spray board system back onto my Orbot here. I was going to sell this machine, and I thought, well, maybe I won't. And I took the spray system off, and I was going to use it as my when I'm doing wood floor cleaning as my orbital machine of choice primarily. And then I decided, no, I'm just gonna, I don't really need it. It's more than I need, because I do have the vibe here. So in those situations where I might want to have a machine with a spray system, I have that as well. I also have an Orbitech over there for other commercial work if I want to use an orbital machine, although I prefer the Rotary normally. And I have also got the Orbitech Easy Glide here, so I'm just setting it back up with the light, and that'll be my when I'm doing a wood floor cleaning residentially, I'll use that machine. I decided. I've got a couple of videos showing this in the last 6 months or so. I guess I did a couple of jobs using this, and it works. They work perfectly well anyway. So I guess I'm gonna put this back on the market. It's I'm in Canada, and this is in Kelowna, and I'm not going to deliver it anywhere. So if anyone in Canada near me enough is interested, this will be I'll be putting it on the Facebook Marketplace. It's I pulled it all apart and had the base plate powder coated, and it's got a new bearing, and I think I've got a new pad driver on there as well. It's in really good shape. It's actually been my backup machine. It's had really little use overall because I've never used it as my main machine, and I have a light in it, so that's kind of cool. It's actually got a couple of LED panels up in there, and so that's kind of cool. Anyway, I just wanted to talk briefly about options as far as low moisture carpet cleaning with a pad transfer method, or soil extraction transfer technology, as I've coined. VLM, some guys call it, whatever. You know, it doesn't really matter what machine you use. You can use anything. There's guys out there that are cleaning all day long using Oreck machines, and if that's the way you want to go, then more power to you. I started 30 years ago with a 13-inch Rotary, and I used it as my main machine for at least a year, and it was fine. And they're not expensive to buy. This is another option. I picked this up last year. It's a 2-speed NSS, considered one of the better rotaries, actually, I think. Paid $300 for it, and I actually picked it up from my buddy Roger, and he used it for a bit, and then we found him a brand new machine, and so I got him to bring it back, and then I gave him or sold him a brand new Koblenz, actually, that I picked up. So when I've got another, there's a Hawk 2-speed right over there, which I bought a few years ago in a package deal. And again, I probably only paid $200 or $300 for that machine, and it's not been used much. And then 6 months ago or so, I picked up two of the Centaurs, and I paid $300 for one and $350 for the other. And excellent machine, I think this is the best option out there as far as if you're going to use the set method. I think this is the machine to use, but any one of these machines will work. And of course, this is the Challenger, which I bought, I guess, a couple of years ago. This is an older one. Doesn't have much hours on it. These are a good machine. If you like an orbital machine, and your focus is residential, a lot of guys who are using orbital machines for residential do prefer the wheels up versions rather than a machine like the Orbot, which I used that a little bit in residential, and I found it's too heavy, particularly going up and down steps. Actually, that's where you really find how heavy it is. I don't like the cartridge system. That's a matter of preference. The handle, the way the handle folds, I didn't like that, and the handle's too long. But the Vibe, which is essentially the same machine but with a permanent tank, And I think it's a better setup. But again, it's a little bit clumsy and awkward in homes, I think. That's my feeling. My preference then would be, if I was going to use Orbital, would be for a wheels up machine like the Challenger. And of course, TRS makes, I think, 2 wheels up Orbital machines as well. But overall, my preferred machine for residential is a Rotary. And I've been doing that and showing that in my videos for, well, decades. And of course, there's my there's one of my MD-180s, and there's another one over there, and there's a third one over there somewhere. Over there somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is, right there, the green one. So, yeah. Anyway, my point is that, sorry, when I start talking, it makes my chest vibrate, and I still have this annoying cough that just doesn't want to go away. Anyway, my point was that it doesn't matter what machine you choose to use. You know, there's some guys will say, if you're not using this machine, you're a lousy carpet cleaner, or you're not being a professional, whatever. If you want to go out all day long and clean with an Oreck, and there's lots of reasons where people would want to do that. I get that. I mean, there's women that get into this business, and an Oreck is a great choice for a woman because it's very light and you can clean with it. You're not gonna be doing a lot of volume with it. You're gonna move slower. But if that's gonna work for you, then that's fine. Or pick yourself up a smaller Rotary. There's not too many options out there. I think Koblenz makes a 13-inch actually. Pardon me. Or you can go and find on Facebook Marketplace a machine like this. That's $300. That'll, you'll get years of life out of it, probably. And you'll make good money on it. And all it needs is if you want a tank, if you want to go that way. Not everybody likes to use a tank. I do, but whatever. The Challenger, was it challengerop.com? By the way, this is an older machine, so it has some it has been improved. There's a number of improvements they've done, including to the lockout is different, I think, and I think they've got a pigtail on here now, and I think the handle release is a little bit different. Maybe a couple of other things, but very simple, easy machine. And we're actually interesting. The guy that I bought this from, he actually was in Kelowna here, and I was very surprised to see it on the Facebook Marketplace because, well, you're not going to find Challengers very often in Canada, that's for sure. But apparently he'd been down in Las Vegas and he'd seen I guess he went to one of the home shows or whatever that the carpet cleaners put on, and he decided he'd buy it. And he was actually an apartment manager, and I think they were managing 2 different apartment buildings, fairly big ones. So he thought, hey, I'm going to buy one of those machines and use it to clean apartments. And so he was doing it, but not a lot, I guess, because it has definitely got very low hours on it. So I guess, he wasn't, not really a professional carpet cleaner by any means, but he was doing it a little bit, but I guess he decided it just wasn't his thing. And he moved on from there. And of course, the pads that he had were actually there's a pile of them right there that came with the machine, but anyway, they're over there. But the newer pads are quite a bit different. They're actually like the Superzorbs. So they've improved that too. So if you're interested in a machine like this, then I would suggest you go to the challengerop.com website. TRS, again, I'm not sure what their website is. They've got a couple of wheels up orbital machines, and of course they sell wheels down machines, and of course then there's the Vibe and the Orbot, which there was an issue with them over the last year where they had closed down for a bit, but apparently they've been bought out and they're back up and running. So there you go. That's great news. But anyway, there's whatever choices you want. I'm not one that says you should use this and not that, because you're not gonna be a proper carpet cleaner unless you use the things that I tell you to use or whatever. That's just stupid. We're all learning to to do this and learning from each other, hopefully. And as I say, you can pick yourself up. If you're new into this or wanting to get into this, you can go find yourself maybe a Rotary on Facebook Marketplace or whatever, and a few $100s, or if you want to spend the money to buy a brand new Vibe or Challenger or whatever you decide to go, however direction you want to go in. And you know, nobody's doing it wrong. We're just doing it differently, and that's okay. So I just wanted to have make some comments about that, as I've been thinking about this recently. So anyway, I gotta finish doing my little project here. I'm putting the light on here and then buttoning that up, and then it'll be ready to roll. So yeah, the light will be basically sitting up here. So all right, I'll let you go. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.